Welcome back to the Visibility Podcast. Today we are going to talk about something that can be frustrating, confusing, and honestly feel a little bit personal when it happens. It's when Google decides to suspend your business profile or you have to re-verify it and you're like, wait a minute, I just did all the things. I filled out all the forms and checked all the boxes. I listened to Miss Melissa Rose. What's going on? And the truth is, Google isn't random. It's very logical. And once you understand what Google is actually trying to do, this actually makes a lot more sense. So today, we're going to break down why Google Business Profiles get suspended, when do you actually need more than one Google Business Profile, and the biggest mistakes I see business owners making. So we're gonna get tactical, a little nitty gritty. It might go a little deeper than normal, but I want to help you. I want to serve and help you get found, be trusted, and liked first. And that's how we do it here on the Visibility Podcast. So let's get real. Welcome to the Visibility Podcast, where busy isn't a strategy and doing all the things stops today. Let's make your business the go-to option in your industry. Hey there, I'm Melissa Rose, and I'm your host. Let's get real. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. So good to be here. As always, I love coming in and sharing with you real tips, tools, and strategies that I've learned in my business to help you in yours. So let's get going. Before we dive into today's stellar content, I do want to remind you to go grab a Google Business Profile update and bring that over to your Google Business Profile. And if you don't know what I mean by that, I have a free workshop on demand that you can pick up right now and watch and learn and fill out your Google Business Profiles to make you the go-to option in your industry. If you want more, we are doing a live workshop this Thursday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you show up live for that, you do get some bonuses. And I would love to meet you, see you face-to-face. Yes, it'll be face-to-face on Zoom, and answer any questions you have, plus give you the bonuses that are there for that. But otherwise, you can grab it free on demand. All right, everybody, we are going to get into it today because this one's a good one because this is what people come to me about as a Google Business Profile expert. They want these questions answered. So here's the big idea. Google has one job. It's to give people accurate, trustworthy information. That's it. So when somebody is going into Google and saying pizza eateries near me, they're going to give you the best options that have put in the information and based on reviews and the information, location, times. It's going to serve you up the best pizza places in town, okay, in that area. As consumers, we want that, and we want accurate information. So Google needs to do their job in making sure they're vetting people when they fill out that Google Business Profile. So the question comes, why do Google Business Profiles get suspended? Here's the deal. They usually get suspended after they've gone live, and they might not be suspended right away. It might be weeks or months later, and that's frustrating. That's extremely frustrating because you would think it'd be right away, right? But it can happen later on. And let's walk through 3 of the most common reasons I see, okay? So number 1 is non-customer facing locations. What? This one's really big because I literally just had a client dealing with this, and it was frustrating because they wanted to run Google Ads and they just weren't getting this second, third, fourth location active. And the reason is because the location was set up as a service area, but it wasn't a service area that had customers coming in the door. The location was set up as an operations hub, I want to say. You could also say a satellite location. So you could, example, let's say you have a trucking moving company, all right? And you have one general location. I'm going to use my town, Hudson, Wisconsin, but I have a satellite location 2 hours away where we have like a warehouse with trucks that we hire people from that area to then move out and help people move in and move their stuff, okay? I wouldn't put a Google business profile 2 hours away because that doesn't serve clients. The clients are actually doing their transaction virtually, mailing it into the Hudson location. We're taking the orders in the Hudson location. The Hudson location is home. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. So the equipment is in that satellite location, but the customers, they don't go there. So that is a big red flag for Google. Just because you operate there and you can justify it, well, I do business there, doesn't mean you qualify for a Google business profile. And here's the kicker. Once it gets suspended for that reason, it's really, really difficult to get it back. Google is going to ask for documentation, utility bills. They're going to ask for EIN number. They're going to maybe ask for licensing. And even if you go through that, and I've had businesses go through that, it doesn't necessarily mean it'll work. And even if it does work, it doesn't mean that you won't get suspended in the future. So I'm going to give some suggestions later on in how to fix that problem. Okay? All right. Second reason your business might get suspended or need verification is because you moved. And this is honestly the most common and the easiest to fix. You moved your business, you moved your location, you upgraded, you got a larger space. Awesome. Yay. I am so excited for you. And Google says, yeah, okay, great, prove it. And that's all you need to do. You just need to prove it. So Google, like I said, it wants to make sure it's vetting its vendors, okay, where are the vendors, to its clients, which is the general public. So we want to make sure that Google is putting out accurate information so people keep trusting the platform as giving them good advice. So we need to make sure the signage is cohesive, it's easy to see, it's permanent, it's not just a piece of paper on the wall. It's you going into the facility, unlocking the door, opening up your computer with a passcode and all the things so that they can see you actually, yes, you do work there. It is detailed, it is specific, and it needs to be done in a certain way. You have to do it in a recording. This is level 1, recording. And this recording is about 1 to 2 minutes long. You need to be logged in the correct Google account. We're going to talk about that later. You need to show your signage and your space and your access. And if you're like me, when you're working on your computer and grabbing your phone, you might be on 2 different Google accounts, and this is where people get tripped up, okay? So you got to be very specific because it's very easy to do it wrong. And I speak from existence. I was logged into the wrong Google business profile and trying to record for my client, and we have to make sure everything's lined up. Okay? So it's not complicated. It's just very, very specific. And then that verification process can be done. You send in that recording and you wait a little bit, get re-verified. They may want to see you do it live. And I've been with a client when we've done it live, when we've had to do that video recording and you talk with a person and they say, nope, I need you to zoom in closer on that image or pan out further. They really want to see where you are and make sure it's all right. Okay? And number 3 reason why Google business profiles get suspended and or have to be re-verified is because you might have too many businesses at one address. And this one hits home for me, literally, no pun intended. So I have a beautiful space. It's 5,000 square feet. And I use this space multiple ways. So I have my dance studio. I have my marketing agency. I also rent a room to an esthetician because the place is big enough for that. And my esthetician is running into a little hiccup with Google because she needs to verify that this address truly is her location. So we need to go through the verification process. And we're going to go through it just like that. We're waiting for her signage. She's new to the area here or new to my space. So we have to get her signage up, and then we're going to go through that Google business profile walkthrough to get verified. All right. They're just asking, are these truly separate businesses, or are you trying to game the system? Sometimes this is legit, okay? But you need to be very clear in how these businesses are presented and branded and verified, because too many listings in one place can trigger issues. Okay, now we're going to talk about the big question. Do I need multiple profiles? Okay, you're expanding. you're growing and you feel that, okay, if I have a separate location, I think I need one because that would be a separate address where my clients are coming in to buy the products, get the service. Yes, that is true. You do. So on just a big example would be Target. Okay, there's Targets all over, right? And they each have a different Google Business Profile because they each have different store hours, different store location, different ratings and reviews for that location. So we want that. Okay, same with your studio or your small business. Okay, because people need to know where to go and you want to be found first in that area. You do not need multiple profiles if you're serving an area, meaning customers aren't coming directly to you, you're just expanding the reach. And this is where people get it wrong. They think I serve that area, so then I need a profile in that area. And you don't. You don't need more listings. You need a better strategy. Okay, so this is what you're going to do instead. Instead of trying to manage multiple risky locations, what you actually want to do is expand or optimize one Google Business Profile. Okay, so your home base. All right, so this is if you serve more locations. An example is you're an agency and you hire out musicians to different areas, okay? And you start growing a network of musicians 3 hours away to serve weddings and parties and such. And then another area, okay? But you have your home location. And this is where you take the intake calls, the people pay you, invoice, all the work is in your home location, all right? But you serve other areas. So you don't want to have separate Google Business Profiles there because that becomes risky for being suspended and shut down via Google. So you want to fully optimize that Google Business Profile by expanding your service areas within that profile, picking strong categories and services and content, constantly updating that Google Business Profile like I always talk about. And then the big thing you're going to do is on your website, you are going to have location-based landing pages. And you're going to have a dedicated page for each location or service area that you do. All right. And so if I was a music agency, I would have, I'm just going to use my name, Melissa Rose Music Agency, Chicago, Illinois. Melissa Rose Music Industry, Duluth, Minnesota. Melissa Rose, you get the picture, okay? So I would have that as the URL for that landing page. So that way, that's SEO, but then you're going to write a one-page landing page that speaks directly to those areas, communities, make it tailored to them, of course, talking about what you do and what you specialize there. And then you can, if you want to choose to run ads, you will run ads targeting those cities and directing them to that landing page so that everything is lined up and synced. Does that make sense? So this is the most stable. Okay, you have one Google Business Profile to manage. It's way more scalable because you have control over it, and it's less likely to get you suspended. Okay? Okay, lots of information today. So if your Google Business Profile has been suspended, that stinks. That really sucks. Your intention was right. I know it was because you're wanting to serve the community in that area and make sure you're found. And it didn't work via the Google Business Profile, but there's a smarter way. There's a better way. All right. If you're stuck in verification, that's a easy, quote unquote, easy way to do it. It just takes time. You got to be prepared and do it the right way, but you can do this. And if you're not sure what you're actually doing, this is where I come in. I love to help business owners with this because visibility isn't just about being online. It's being set up the right way so Google trusts you. Therefore, your customers can find you, like you, and trust you first. Okay? If you have questions on this or or this was a big, like, I need to just double check my Google Business Profile, grab my free workshop. Otherwise, I have a workshop live on Thursday. I am giving away my checklist for what needs to be done. It's a 30-day checklist that you can just, okay, one day we're going to do this. Next day we're going to do this. Okay. And break it down so that by the end of the month, you are set to go. And I'm also giving you my Google review templates. It gives you like, I think 3 to 5 different ways to solicit Google reviews without feeling weird about it. Okay. I think that's the hardest thing for business owners, is to ask for the Google review. Because can you tell me how great I am? I mean, we all love it, but it's harder to do that. It's hard to do that. So I find it hard to do that. So please come live. And then, of course, you can ask all the questions in that hour of time. All right, everybody. As I say, every week, month, year you are in business, you have more proof that you are awesome, you are valued, you are needed, and your gifts matter. So keep going, keep doing it, be better every day, and we will see you here, same time, same place next week. Peace. Bye-bye.